Rangers, forest workers, hunters, and other woods people have read it. What is your scary experience in the woods that you still can't explain? I was camping in northern Ontario, not far from Sudbury. Camp was a few hours hike from a gravel road that came off of a road near Tilton Lake. It was about 15 of us hiking back after 2 days camping when we find ourselves in a clearing and decide to stop for a water break and to let the group catch up. While waiting, we started to hear someone yelling. They didn't say, "Help me," but they were screaming, "Help." It sounded like a woman screaming for her life. More than half of the group just circled up, and while most people were now crying of fear, a few of us pulled out knives, started a fire, and called Sudbury police over satellite phone with our coordinates. Two of the group continued down the trail to guide the cops to the clearing while we waited and tried to calm those who were crying. The shrieking stopped after 15 minutes of repeating, and suddenly it was just silent. Very creepy. Eventually, maybe an hour later, about 6 to 8 cops with shotguns came down the trail and told us to wait so they can investigate. All they found was bone fragments and a lot of blood. They escorted us back to the highway, and later in the year they called back the trip leader to let them know the blood they tested came back as not belonging to a human. We also found on YouTube that deer and similar animals can make a screech for help that sounds like a woman when they have had a punctured lung. We all agreed that it was 99% likely that what we heard was a black bear killing a screeching deer and dragging it off before the cops arrived and it got dark. It haunted me until we found that audio on YouTube, and it was unmistakably the same sound we all heard that day in the forest.